everybody. I am Triveni Suresh Babu, the Senior Trainer of Skills Zenith Consulting. Today let us discuss about the Karnataka State Board Class 10 Social Science History Lesson number 3, the Impact of British Rule in India, Part 4th, Solution to Textbook Exercises. In the previous videos, we learned in detail about the various aspects of the impact of British rule in India. That means effect of British rule in India. In this video, we will give you solution to the textbook exercises. Fill in the blanks with suitable answers. Diwani Adalat in civil court was introduced by Warren Hastings. The post of Superintendent of Police was created by Lord Cornwallis, that is SP. The post of SP was created by Lord Cornwallis. The permanent zamindari system was implemented in Bengal and Bihar provinces in 1793. The land tax system that was implemented by Alexander Reed is Rayatwari system. The British officer who supported modern education in India is Warren Hastings. The Regulating Act was implemented in the year 1773. Discuss and answer the following question. Illustrate the judicial system formulated through East India Company. Here you have to explain about the entire changes brought about in the judicial system. A new judicial system started finding roots when the British rule began taking over from the Mughal rule. After the Battle of Buxar, the Mughal Emperor Shah Alam handed over the Diwani rights, the authority to collect land taxes to the British. With this, dual administration came into effect in Bengal region. This is also called as dual governance. Under this, the authority to collect land taxes, civil and judiciary were given to the Indian officials, whereas the British retained the authority of managing the revenue collected. Later on, the British thought of bringing more centralized judicial system in India. With the implementation of this system, the British overtook the authority of the Mughal and established their supremacy in India. This was attained by implementing new judicial system in India. According to the administrative plan devised by Warren Hastings, who took over the administration as governor in 1772, two types of courts were needed to be established in each district. A Diwani Adalat as a civil court and a Fauzdari Adalat as a criminal court. In these civil courts, Hindus were dispensed justice as per the Hindu scriptures and the Muslims as per the Shariat. Slowly, the British legal procedures were introduced in the criminal courts. Civil courts came under the administration of European officers. Though the criminal courts were under the control of Quajis, they were functioning under the supervision of European officers. Second question, what are the measures undertaken at the time of British in police system? The police are in charge of maintaining the internal law and order situation. Lord Cornwallis implemented the efficient police system in India for the first time. He created the new post of SP, that is Superintendent of Police. He divided a district into many stations in 1793 and put every station under a Kotwal. Similarly, he put every village under the care of Chowkidar. Kotwal was made accountable for thefts, crimes and other law violations at village level. The severe drought of 1770 led to the weak law and order situation. Hence, the entire police system was brought under the control of the British officers. The system of appointing the British magistrates started in 1781. The police officers were under the power of the magistrates. The police system underwent continuous changes. In 1861, the Indian Police Act was implemented. This law is the base of good law and order administration. But Indians were not appointed for the post of officers. In 1902, the Police Commission allowed the appointment of suitable qualified for the post of the police officers. In spite of all these measures, the discrimination against the Indians did not end. Third question, in permanent zamindari system, the Indian farmers were born in debt, lived in debt and died in debt. How? Prove. Lord Cornwallis implemented a new land tax policy in Bengal during 1793 in order to generate steady revenue annually. This was called permanent zamindari system. Under this system, zamindar became the landowner. The zamindar was expected to pay the agreed land taxes to the company on a set date every year. Zamindar was free to collect any amount of land taxes from the farmers and could retain the excess money collected. This benefited the zamindar more. If the zamindar was unable to collect land taxes due to floods and famine and pay the company, the ownership of the lands was taken away by the company. Both the zamindar and the company were benefited by this system, but the farmers were the grave sufferers. This system created a new social group that aided the British. The farmers, the farming laborers, suffered due to irregular working opportunities in the farming lands. They were exploited and had to lead a life of insecurity. This system was extended to Bihar, Odisha, Andhra and Varanasi regions later. According to Charles Metcalfe, the Indian farmers were born in debt, lived in debt and died in debt due to the land tax policies of the British. What were the main aspects of Rayatwari system? The Rayatwari system was first implemented in Baramahal region by Alexander Reed in 1792. This system was later implemented in Madras and Mysore region by Thomas Munro in 1801. Most of these regions had become part of British Empire by that time. Under this system, both the farmer and the company were directly linked. The tiller of the land was recognized as the owner of the land. The owner had to pay 50% of produce as land tax to the company government. The land tax had 30 years tenure. The tax could be revived after this tenure. Tenure means avadhi. Though the small farmers were given land ownership, they were subjected to more suffering due to heavy land taxes. The officials took punitive actions to collect land taxes. The farmers had to borrow from the money lenders whenever the crops failed. They had to sell their lands whenever they failed to repay the loans. Though the company government claimed that the new system benefits the farmers, the irony was that more farmers had to lose their lands due to its implementation. Fifth question, what were the effects of British land taxes? The effects of British land taxes are: a new class of zamindars who exploited the farmers was created. The farmers who were subjected to the exploitation of the zamindars became landless slowly. Third point is, land became a commodity. Loans could be raised by mortgaging the lands. Fourth point, many zamindars also had to mortgage their lands in order to pay the land taxes. Fifth point is, the agriculture sector became commercialized and had to grow raw materials needed by industries back in England. Last point is, the money lenders became strong. Sixth question, make a list of the effects of British education in India. The effects of British education in India are: first point, Indians could develop modernity, secularism, democratic attitudes and rationality along with the nationalistic ideals. Impetus was received for the local literature and languages. This facilitated unity in thinking process among the educated class. Third point is, periodicals started emerging. These scrutinized the policies and working of the government, which in turn enabled the Indians to have critical opinions on various issues. Fourth point, new social and religious reformation movements emerged. Fifth point, the thoughts of thinkers like J.S. Mill, Rousseau and Montesquieu brought fresh thinking in the minds of educated youth of India. Sixth point is, the freedom struggle that were taking place across the globe influenced the Indians also. Seventh point, Indians could understand and appreciate their rich tradition. Like this, the new thinking and cultural perception that emerged due to the British education system created a new generation of Indians with progressive attitudes. Seventh question, what were the restrictions imposed in Regulating Act? The restrictions imposed by the Regulating Act are: Before the implementation of the Act, there were 3 presidencies under the British rule. They are Bengal, Madras and Bombay. All these 3 were independent administrative units. Under the Regulating Act, the Bengal presidency gained control over the other 2 presidencies. Second point, the Governor of Bengal became the Governor General of all the 3 presidencies. Third point, the Governor General was authorized to direct, exercise control and to supervise over the other 2 presidencies. Fourth point, the Bombay and Madras presidencies could not declare war on anyone or enter into peace agreements without prior approval of the Governor General of Bengal Presidency and the Board of Directors of the company. Only during acute emergencies they were entitled to act independently. Fifth point, according to this act, Supreme Court of Judicature was established in Calcutta. In this central court, 1 Chief Justice and 3 ordinary judges were there. Like this, as the name of the Regulating Act suggests, the Act was aimed at regulating the company affairs and its administration in India. Eighth question, what are the important features of the Indian Government Act of 1858? The important features of the Indian Government Act of 1858 are: first point, the license of East India Company was cancelled and India was brought under the direct administration of the Queen. Second point, the post of Governor General was changed into Viceroy. Lord Canning became the first Viceroy of India. Third point, a new post called Secretary of State for India was created in the British government. The Secretary was a part of British cabinet and was responsible for the administration of India. Fourth point, a Council of India was created in order to assist the Secretary in the administration. The council had 15 members. Ninth question, how does the Indian Government Act of 1935 become the base of Indian Constitution? Answer, this act acted as the base for the formation of Indian Constitution. The report submitted in 1928 under the leadership of Motilal Nehru was instrumental in the formation of the act. Most of the provisions in the Indian constitutions are based on this act. This act allowed the formation of fully responsible government by Indians. This act was applicable both to the Indian principalities and also to the British India regions. The following are the important features of this act. First point, a federal system of Indian principalities, British governed regions and dominion states were formed. Second point, Reserve Bank of India was established. Third point, diarchy was established at the center. Fourth point, diarchy was cancelled at the regional level and autonomy was granted. Fifth point, the federal court was established. 10th question, what are the important features of 1919 Act? Answer, the important features of the 1919 Act are: first point, Act formulated bicameral legislative body. Lower house and upper house were formed. Diarchy was allowed at regional governments. Third point is, an high commissioner was appointed for India. Fourth point, promise to improve local self-government. Fifth point, provincial budget was separated from central budget. Sixth point, separate electoral college was extended for Muslims, Sikhs, Anglo-Indians and Europeans. Thanks for watching the video. I hope you understood about the answers for all the questions. Soon I will be back with the next lesson. We have started new batches of online tuition for all subjects of all classes. You can call us on 99723 99337 for any of the details. Please watch, like, share and comment. Subscribe to our channel for more videos.